Welcome, guys, to your divisional recap of Divisions 4 and 5. Today I have two very special guest hosts, starting with Phil-is-Offi-Cool. Come on and say hi.
Hello.
And then
Good to be here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I went over you. And then we have this no-name guy named Ornan over here.
Morning.
No one's ever heard of him.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
Oh, yeah. You're just going to start laughing and then go hi? Okay, I see how it is. No.
I'm sorry. I thought that was really funny.
Okay. Well, since he thought it was funny, we're going to continue with that. So, first match of the day here is going to be a admin call, so we're not even going to look at that. But that's Wood Elves that have been kicking it up here, so that's a big admin win to have, and that's going to boost their standings in a second here. Next is Rebel Rage Quit versus Eat, Pray, Shove, right, guys? Who do you think's going to win?
With strength 6 vampire on Eat, Pray, Shove, that's going to be, if he decides to cage up or anything like that, it's going to be a very difficult battle to get the ball out. He doesn't have any strip ball, does he? Rebel Rage Quit?
No, I wouldn't imagine those shorts have anything besides all kill skills.
Oh, you're right.
So,
Yep, I'm just seeing a bunch of dirty player, mighty blow, guard, claw, and piling on. So I guess it'll just be on the Rebel Rage Quit to get some removals. Other than that, I think that Eat, Pray, Shove does have a good chance of taking the score, but probably biting the bullet on losing a few players.
I could agree with that.
Sure.
One problem for the Rebel Rage Quit is that their bulls do not have any tackle. So
what?
that is going to be a bit of an issue
Oh,
of
I see.
their mobile tackle, but since Vamps aren't fast anyway, it's probably not going to hurt too much in the run.
Wait a minute, is this the same vampire team that that has the stock up on Russell? I think I heard about them. Oh yeah, they do. I have a few thralls with Russell. One of them's out though. The looks like he has Russell and Fend. Russell might be good on this matchup
Definitely.
against blockers and
For
Hobgo.
sure.
You wrestle them down, you go past.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, it's a
now,
great defensive tool too.
you got to make your bets, guys. I'm calling this the 1-1 draw.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Eat, Pray, Shove.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 3-2 in favor of Eat, Pray, Shove.
Very high numbers there. I like it.
Okay.
Going
Yes.
for a shootout. Which now brings us to Things Dwarves Hate versus Scholarly Gentlemen. And I'm pretty sure Testrail, which is our Chaos team with Scholarly Gentlemen, he has played me before with this team, and his team is kind of in shambles at the moment.
It is. He's missing a Chaos Warrior. I noticed that earlier.
Yeah, he's had a rough time about it. Like, he had a nice killer cow. His killer cow's now gone,
What?
and things are not so great anymore. And then
It's gonna-
Things Dwarves Hate are a stacked dwarf team now. So
Was it a recent death?
it was actually at the beginning of the season. He went AV7, and I
Ooh.
think he fired him.
Well, might as well be dead at that point.
I mean, I was advocating for him to keep him because he was a claw piece and his guard and stuff. And he
If you
doesn't have much utility there.
If you account for inducements, if you account for journeymen on Chaos, they're going to be going in with about 450 in inducements.
So that could
Ooh,
be a
Borak.
wizard and Borak.
Yeah, I saw earlier he took Borak, so I figure he doesn't have a problem with that.
He can also take a different killer cow and like pay 10k more than Borak, and you get a strength
Grashnak?
6 Grashnak Blackhoof. He's gotten a touchdown on him before. I know it's a thing. It's
Now,
like a pass
what
and
do
a
you-
touchdown on it.
What do you think would be the better pick? Does Grashnak have like Juggernaut for stand firm, or
No, it's just a better version of the big guy, but he's strength 6 and has no wild animal, while Borak is a block mighty blow dirty player cast warrior. So I personally like Borak because he also opens up that fouling game if you want to just swish your wizard for a bribe. But it's a very risky thing there.
I think I talked about this earlier in one of the channels, but I see that, mainly in tabletop anyways, but there's a big trend of giving Strength 5 and Strength 4 players for Chaos dirty player for some reason. And I really don't understand it. I don't know
Borak
if they
is
just
the
expect
spoiler,
you
so he
to
likes
foul
killing things.
or what's going on.
But
well, you see,
He's
do you
really
wanna take
good
this,
for
Aaron?
like word answers on the ground
Hmm.
because he's going to be involved in a fight, and you never expect that foul from him. Or if you
think that's
have a
not true.
bribe from a kickoff event, or if you just got one, he's a free dirty player on top of a good player. You're always risking your star player though, is the main drawback of it. And he's kind of like a Zug, and where he just wants to be where the fight is at. So you
Right,
have to
right.
use him responsibly.
For sure.
Responsibly. It's for putting an exclamation mark on the GG at the end of your turn 16.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Though I'm gonna have to say that's gonna be 2-0 things dwarves hate. Because poor Testrel's team has just been out of shape.
I might agree on that. I'm looking at the dwarf team now, and I see that he has a movement 8 runner named Picking Up the Ball, hilariously. Other than that, he's pretty stacked with Mighty Blow. He's bringing in a Death Roller. That'll be pretty good.
And it is the
I thi-
stadium, and I think he has a bribe stadium.
Oh, jeez. It's
So,
going to be a hard one.
just getting
yeah,
it
he
out
d-
strength here.
I could see it maybe depending a little bit on the coin flip. I do see he's just bringing in 1 claw to this matchup. Skyly Gentleman. That might be a bit of an issue.
And it's niggled, so if it gets like double both downs, it's probably not gonna take too well. 'Cause their target's probably gonna like Mighty Blow.
That's just
So-
insult to injury. Jeez.
It's not going to be a fun game.
Yeah,
I
I'd have
second-
to get... Sorry, you go ahead.
I second the 2-0. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to third it. Even though I got it in first, so I think I'd second and a half it.
Second and a half it. I can agree with that.
Second twice.
Next, now we got the Grody Greens, which is the divisional leader. And he's a Nurgle team that was 1 season. So he's doing pretty good here. And he beat the
What?
secret of my success, which is Rusty Seabutter's team. And he's like agility orcs. So,
Yeesh.
Grody Greens, I just want both of you to look at his team, and then look at that Beast and Nurgle. And then tell Lazarus
Beast and-
how his Beast and Nurgle looks.
He has so many skills. He has... it literally goes off the roster. We got guard, stand firm, grab. He's 47-51, or
Wait a
47
second,
right
did you
now.
look at Nurgle's FTDs? I said the
Yeah.
Grody Greens.
Yeah. Talking about Yaz of Mucus,
Oh,
who has
God.
strength 6, stand firm, and block. Only missing guard though. After that, he is a perfect Eastern Nurgle.
This is an equally terrible Beast and Nurgle, though, which is to say equally good. So I think it's fair to keep.
I would say that this is way better than the other one. Because the other one only rolled normals, and he's actually going off to the glue factory next season if he doesn't watch out.
Really?
You need block on him or else they get way too much. But yeah,
That's true.
so he took
That's
a 1-0. This coach, Lazarus, has been performing really well in his games and just taking that control game to the next level. And I think Rusty couldn't just capitalize on this. Taking a look at some stats, had a lot of armor breaks for the Grody Greens. And getting a lot of more blocks overall, and the removal game was his way. So that's most things orcs just can't deal with. They're supposed to be like, yeah, we can take that punch. We can get the removal game going slightly at least, and then move the ball.
Right.
And this just wasn't happening.
So I'm surprised that like there weren't more, I don't know, armor breaks. But then again, I was also surprised that in 10 armor breaks, 5 of them were KOs and 2 of them were injuries. But that could also been like in fouls or something. So who knows?
Yeah. And that one death, I have no idea what it is. So I'm going to go pop in and look at that team. We're going to see if that was anything important.
Maybe it's some Death Lord.
Maybe it's some Death Lord, you know? That's a good level up right there.
That's right. Flo's got to be far beyond legend by now.
Yeah. So he did lose his killer earlier before that match, so it looks like it didn't really matter, because he had a killer Chaos Warrior, or sorry, Nurgle Warrior, and he was gone, but it didn't matter. He doesn't have any claw for that matchup. Yet he won it pretty handily, and I think he just lost a Rodder. Oh, it was a Strength 4 Rodder, if I remember correctly. That might have been it. It got blocked too, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go die on you now. Good times.
Good times.
Speaking of good times, that is a 0-0. Nurgle versus Dwarf matchup.
That is
Which-
the opposite of good times.
Yeah, it's great times is what you're saying. And you just look at it. 61 blocks to 36. And the 61 was for the dwarves. So the
Whoa.
dwarves got to play their game and get a kill. And really the Nurgle just did nothing. They got a couple hits and then got some injuries. Just nothing big enough. And it's a big, bad, scary Nurgle team that you'd expect more from. But I think it was just a lack of guard that was getting to him from the looks of things.
I wonder how the blocks went so high. Maybe foul appearance is doing a thing?
I think he has some stand firm that could have been helping out. So, you don't move, you take more hits. And they're really not holding the ball all that much. It's just kind of an even balance where they just hold it and they're like, I'm going to go score. Then they don't.
Yeah.
But that's not too big of a deal. And checking the Nurgle's FTDs, I'm going to go check what died. I'm guessing a Rotter. Yep, that's a Rotter off the roster. So it's all good.
That's not always too bad. You know what's funny though? This team has an excellent scoring Pestigore. I don't know what it is, but I always feel like Pestigores get really good at scoring somehow out of absolutely nothing. They get agi rolls, everything.
Yeah, of course. And plus they get to be the build your own kind of score, so they get 2 heads for free and extra arms.
Exactly.
And then it's like, oh yeah, you can just make them look good. You know,
It's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of a shock that the Nurgle coach couldn't even get a point in with a Pestigore like this, though.
I'm betting it was just the removal game getting to him. And
Might have been.
he's a firm believer that Claw of Mighty Blow should do a thing, and then it doesn't do things. And it shows there, you know. He's just not making it work. Now next is the Culinary Delights V2 versus the Drakewald Day Laborers, which is going to be a sort of beat up Chaos team, but it's doing pretty well now. It's kind of making a rebound versus the everything is great on my team humans with an Agility 5 Blodge Blitzer. That's movement 8.
Holy smokes!
He's good. And he
doesn't even have a thrower recruited. But you don't need one at this point.
Yeah.
Nope.
Looks like the Chaos are finally spamming some Mighty Blow in. This is one of those warriors I'd probably agree with, where he goes Mighty Blow Claw. It's a very non-killy Chaos team. He kind of went for control. Then half his team died, which was like 2 warriors with block guard each. So now he's having to rebuild them this season. But now he gets to make killy warriors, so that's fun.
That is true.
And looking at the stats, Culinary Delights got to bring the beaten in with 48 blocks, but not as much damage as the Drakewald Day Laborers did, and 34 blocks with 4 injuries inflicted and a kill.
All right.
So, Culinary Delights are known for being killed, though, so it's not too bad of a thing. Lots of SVP, though. So, very good game for both coaches, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And just because there's a lot of things dying, I want to check out what dies.
Also of note, that's another draw added for Culinary Delights, who are sitting at 20 draws, it seems. 8 wins and 14 losses. They are really good at drawing games.
Oh, yeah, they love drawing. That's probably their favorite thing in the world.
And that's also
Like a bunch of artists.
It takes a special skill.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it makes it look a lot better than having like 14 wins, 20 losses, and then like 5 draws. You know?
For sure.
You got a good
And
point there.
You're Chaos after all. You just want the development. And then you get real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I think he needs to start playing more for wins soon. Because this is going to be his 3rd season coming up with that team. So this is where you want to start playing your team. And you want to start winning. You don't want to keep drawing. Because then you have to go to the drawing board on figuring out how to get playoffs. Pun intended, yeah, guys.
Sounds good fun.
And then Big Green Weenies versus Thick, Rich, and Creamy, which is going to be Orcs versus
Necro.
And I don't think they have any Claw Mighty Blow. So they used to have an Amazing Wolf. It's now gone. And the Big Green Weenies are a very killy Orc team that doesn't play the ball all too well. And this is a win with 3 armor breaks versus 19.
Oof.
But I just want to make this abundantly clear. 3 armor breaks versus 19. And the 3 armor breaks won. He held the ball all of 1 turn. And he scored. It was quick and it was bloody.
Wonder who scored. Looks like it was a Count Roquefort second. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who that player is.
Looks like it's a white. Movement plus.
Oh,
He's
it's that
taking
white?
niggled.
Okay, he's a good white, but he's niggled. But yeah, Big Green Meaties, lots of removals, just didn't make it happen. This is where I'm going to check if regen did a thing, because that could be huge. Regen was 0 for 2, so there was no regenning. I think he just didn't play the ball well enough, and it happened. It just happened. So, Havoc, you got to work on your ball play, man. Let's see it happen next time.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Arc team now, and I'm seeing a lot of guard and Mighty Blow. I don't think I see any necessarily ball pickup piece, though. No thrower,
Nah, he
no
doesn't run
agi
a thrower.
piece.
He just has full kills, and then he has one person just pick up the ball and develop. Which is definitely a way to play your orcs.
Right.
But this is the time where we go look at teams. And we're going to start with Scholarly Gentlemen.
Let's go for it.
And the more you know, because they are Scholarly Gentlemen. And one thing we got here to show is a Blodge Strength 5 warrior.
Oh,
Amazing warrior, I would say. I had something similar, but, it never got that good.
Yeah, it certainly has potential. It's probably going to be like a tower of some sort, but I still want to give it like a kill skill so I can reach a legend before something terrible happens,
Yeah.
Just a little bit of money.
I would honestly want guard and tentacles.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to see that it started out with dodge. I can't imagine that there's any chaos piece that has started out with dodge before. Maybe that's a generalization, but you know what I mean.
I've done it a few times. It works because you have agility 3 to capitalize on it.
That is
And you're
true.
also trying to make the most of it. It's just a slow skill. And on Beastman, it's great because that's the one you make your ball carrier.
Oh, yeah. You got a good one on that. He also
could
has
definitely-
You good?
Go on.
I was just going to comment on another piece he had, but you were probably going to talk about the dodge.
I was going to talk about the dodge a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
you could probably... He has Fraud over there, Frood, who can, like, carry the ball, and then once you've already, like, dominated the field, just hand off to your Chaos Warriors, and it's leveled up again.
That's true. I was
I
actually
just
going to
like how
mention
you
Freud
didn't name
myself.
him Freud instead of... You said Frood.
Freud.
You know your Scholarly Gentleman, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, Freud's a really good carrier.
Looks like it.
Like, he does his work. Ever
It's a
since
sh-
that strength up, he's been a star.
That is true. He just picks up the ball and runs it in. Not much would stop him, or sack him for that matter.
Yeah. And we did get a Claw Mighty Blow. This guy is a recent development here, as you can see. And with the Niggle, it doesn't even matter. You have to use them.
That is
But he
true.
finally has a removal threat that's going to be good since the cow's gone.
That's so, like, retroactive, though. That's not what you want, because you're not going to keep the Niggle as long as you're going to keep the other players. And people are going to be targeting that killer all the time. I know you don't have a choice if you want to win games, but you got to give someone else some kill skills.
Yeah,
They
he
don't
needs
die.
more Mighty Blow spam. As much as it
Yeah.
sucks to say. He also
Real-
lost a... I think he had an Armor 9 block guard beast. And he died.
Ooh,
He was cool.
that's a shame.
That is a shame.
I didn't
It was
notice
like a
earlier,
pickup.
but he has 210k in the bank. He could easily go and replenish his team with some rookies if he wanted to. He might just want to stick this one out, though. See what sticks, what doesn't.
I
think
he's playing the market game. And he
Oh,
can
yeah?
easily
Exactly.
pick up a couple of my Beastmen and or my Warrior. I have a very nice Strength 5 Warrior he's probably eyeing. So, cough, save your money for that cough. And that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say that guard block tackle. I still don't like tackle as his last skill there. That should have been more Mighty Blow.
It's definitely a desperation tackle. Like, all right, I faced a bunch of these agility teams. I'm getting destroyed. I need some tackle here. Chaos Warrior, take it. And that's cool. You have the tackle there, and elves probably aren't going to smack him, but they probably also going to go near him because he's movement 5.
Yeah. It's just a shame that you had to put it on him.
Yeah. The one thing I've noticed with that though is that when you don't go for Mighty Blow, development can be so slow.
It is,
Yeah.
trust me.
Plus, he's
Is that-
been cycling and cycling and cycling.
Cycling. Not by choice, probably.
No. But he has a couple of rookies that are looking to get another level, so maybe a more blocky team, or he goes for more kills. with more Mighty
maybe.
Blow spam.
One question.
Yeah.
What skill would you have gave him other than tackle?
Mighty Blow.
Because Mighty Blow?
Yeah.
What about you, Phil?
Yeah, I'd probably say Mighty Blow myself. No, I can't really think of anything else. I'm guessing he just rolled normals for that. If he were to roll doubles, maybe Claw.
Yeah,
Well, Claw is
he
normals.
gets that on normals too.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shows how much I
Stand
know.
Firm is the only other choice I could think for that, but
Ah.
it doesn't need Stand Firm at this point.
I was
No.
this close to saying stand firm, but I can't really see the appeal to it. I guess it's important to deny chain pushes and things like that. I'd put stand firm on an ogre or something that's standing in in the precise middle of everything going on to guard. And I guess
For
this piece
sure.
has too.
It's great on like
Yeah.
Blackworks and stuff, but Chaos Warriors really only need it later on because
Right.
they need to do a little bit of killing too. It's not on like
Yeah.
the blitzers
Mm-hmm.
because your beastmen are really good at killing, but they gotta
Right.
take time to develop too. So everyone can get kill skills at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The skill I had in mind was since the coach went for like an anti-agility mentality, I probably would have played to the team's strengths and went like tentacles instead of like mighty blow or tackle because he he's having problems with all the elves and Skaven and whatnot. And while you aren't going to be able to knock him down as easily without tackle, at least you can keep like the gutter runners and the skinks in place, so other people can just bounce them between your players until you do knock them down.
It's an interesting
I think-
call, but he is only strength 4.
Yeah,
Might be
I mean,
neat to
strength 4 is great against strength 2.
Sure.
It might be neat to see him develop into tentacles after tackle, actually. You just tack him onto a runner or anything like that, trying to get away and beat him to pulp.
For sure.
I'm still just gonna say he needs more kill skills, as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Since he did take tackle, he's probably going to be using him to blitz the agility pieces, so he's probably going to go mighty blow first, then maybe pick one of those skills. Who
Yeah.
can say? Because something
Like
else
I
is
could
going
see
to die. And
Stand
he's gonna
Firm
be closer.
or what's the other one? Crap, Tentacles being a next pick after Mighty Blow there, because then he could actually do a job of elf killing and skink hunting and such, and then having a purpose afterwards. But he's not supposed to be your main blitzer either. Great for taking line blocks with though.
That's right. I don't think movement 5 is exactly great for blitzing.
It's good enough. You have to make do a lot, and with Chaos, it's mostly anyone can be your blitzer, and that's kind of how you get a lot of shared or SPP around everyone. And later on, you're supposed to use your roles that you develop, but this team's kind of had the roles and kind of had them mushed.
Yeah.
So, I believe this team just kind of needs to play that free market, pick up some good pieces, and then try again next season. And also, something that he should probably pick up is a Block Mighty Blow Beastman that's on the market that I put on. Because it's just adding one extra person that can kill on your team, and he's like, you snap on some claw, and he's good to go.
This sounds like a ploy to get that Block Mighty Blow Beastman sold for some particular reason.
Well, he's only
sounds like an
100k.
advertisement.
He's a cheap guy to buy, and that's how you help your team out. He's actually one of
that's
the
true.
utility pieces you just snap in. It's fine. You can put that in any Chaos team, and it's fine.
And you're
Sponsored
sure it's
by
not
Megan.
because you want 100k?
I mean, I don't get anything. I don't have the team anymore.
What?
I
Oh,
only
see.
make the commission afterwards. It's
I
my
gotcha.
personal bank account.
Nice.
I mean, what? Oh, nothing. Anyway, it's time to move on to the Rebel Rage Quit.
All right.
This league
Rage
seems
quit time.
an enema. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure you would want to Rage Quit after this team. It's a good team. Yeah. So, as you
Look at one
see,
thing killing you.
it kills. There's one guy that doesn't kill, but he'll kill again soon enough. Let's see how long he's been on this team. He's gotten an MVP. He's been there for 21 matches. 21 matches, and you get 5 SPP? I would be livid. Just
Oh, you'd be gone gold.
gone gold, exactly. But as you see, he plays the kill and chorps a bit more than the I'm kinda dwarfs. But he still has a respectable 5 guard. It's just 3 of them have pile on after that, and 2 are claw palm.
Yeah. It's like an
And then-
Orc Force nightmare.
One thing I see as a still big weakness, he took more palm on his bull centaur, when you're already blitzing a lot with your Torques because you have 3 Palmers to use. I would have liked to see more tackle as mobile tackle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It almost seems like a joke building like the Bull Centaurs that way. Now I think it's cool that he's building them in a different way because no one else like does this with their Bull Centaurs, so that's unique to him. But
Mhm.
I do think he's suffering for it because that's the only thing he's doing. But hey, it's really funny. Keep doing it.
Then also I like his line of dirty players, and then the one rolls a guard, so he's like, okay, I'll use that. I love
take
guard
that,
and Hobbs. It's so good.
I
The
love guard on dirty players.
the piling on the blockers, if it gets removals, then it gets removals, and by all means do it. The only issue that with it that I can find is that you're going to be getting up and moving 1
Yeah, that
after a
movement part
pile
really
on.
bites him without any jump up, because he has to roll jump up after that to make it really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's only just because you want to move around. And then if you're really cheeky, you do a 3+ jump up and hit people.
Well, another problem is that like how many turns is he gonna have 4 blocks available to him where his opponents are gonna be like, okay, I'm getting out of here, or okay, get off me. Like
That is
you're
true.
gonna have your LOS blocks, and then it's gonna be all right, fail a dodge or get punched.
I mean, Chaos Dwarfs are really good at just taking the center of the field and turning it into a big fighting mosh pit.
Now,
Where you
one
can't
thing I
escape
think
if
is
you
probably
wanted to.
cool is that you have to at least have 3 players on the line. He has 4 Palmers, so that means he can palm everybody and his blitz target.
That is pretty
So,
neat.
He
Can I
has
Very
options.
competent.
It's true.
I just thought that was a cool point there.
No, for sure.
And
It's
then
definitely.
I'm just going to draw attention to the Michael Sucks Hobgoblin. He's just throwing shade at a clan member, and I love it. I love it.
Nice.
Oh,
We're going to leave
gosh.
on that note. Good job,
Good old
Robbie.
camaraderie.
I love you, man. Keep up what you're doing. And Gone Gold, just get 1 SVP, man. Get with the times.
Or die.
And we're done.
Get that interception.
So that's it for Rail 4.
All right.
That's where I'm going to cut it, and then we're going to
Off to
talk
Rail
about
5?
Rail 5 now.
Okay.
All right. That was
So,
fun.
yeah. You guys did pretty well. I'm glad how much you were talking.
Oh, thanks.
And as you can see, these guys know how to play the game. Also, I want you first to just look at Korn's Glory, both of you, and you're going to have a fun time.
Corn's glory.
It's gonna be confusing when they actually bring corn into the game.
Oh, no. This one makes sense. It's Korn team, trust me.
See a lot
Where's
of
the friend
injury.
yet?
It's. Oh.
Oh
All
my
right,
god,
this is-
he's cheating. He has a block.
How dare you?
What you don't know is he's just developing every kill skill in the game.
Oh yeah.
And
I
he
see.
lost a warrior recently, sadly. He
Oh,
had
I
some
see.
kill skills, but he had no block until now.
So is this like is this Arabi's little brother?
No, this guy's been going on longer, I think.
Older
I've
brother.
seen him around, and I didn't know what the gimmick was earlier, and then I saw it. And it's great.
Oh
You
my
can
gosh,
see
how
your
long has he
clips
been
today.
at it?
It's so great.
He's been at it for like 30 games so far.
Yeah, it's not a new team.
I definitely don't think I could try and build a kill team for 30.
Yeah, but he
30
has
games.
12 wins, 6 draws, and 12 losses. Mind you, there's probably some concede wins in there, but still, he's got it even.
Concede wins in my league.
You know,
Oh yeah, bye week.
by weeks. But he's gone 3-1-6 in this division. It's not even the worst.
I hate his
No, I mean,
I hate his sheet layout though. He has a Minotaur in the middle of 2 Beastmen that are also in the same section of the Chaos Warriors.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
it bothers me too, but I forgive him because of how memey he's doing it in the real leagues. He just wants one thing, and it's simple.
Blood?
It's the 1-9.
Chaos just want one thing and it's disgusting.
Yep. I just don't want to count how many claws is that, because that's all claw mighty blow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 claw mighty blow.
Get this man in Div 4.
Yeah. Start cleaning out.
I really want to see him and Arabi go at it.
Yeah. Yet he has no pylon.
If you are only trying to roll 8+, I think
Yeah.
on no, I guess it'd
Sorry,
be 6+ with the mighty
it
blow.
can be 7+.
Or sorry, 7+. Yeah, if you're rolling 7+ on every block, do you need the piling on?
Of course, yes. Haven't you seen Arabi's team? It's of course, yes.
That's really good.
You got me there.
I mean, both teams literally seek out to do the same thing.
So, like, do his piling on players keep dying? Does he not believe in?
No, he
in
doesn't
it?
put pile on from what I've seen.
Really?
No. Probably because he already has a hard enough time trying to keep everyone alive.
Maybe it's like more of like a don't base me kind of threat. That's why I picked up the guard so early in the build, in his kill skills.
Yep. I like the one beastman that's tackle guard. He's like, okay, I'm done, guys. I just want to be utility.
Yeah. He's up on the chopping block with his busted agility. Not going nowhere.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go tell you the guys that we're looking at today
Okay.
in 1 second. I think we're going to look at Organized Crime, because I haven't looked at them in forever,
Oh,
which is
it's
an ogre team.
Wow.
Yep. Oh my gosh. He's down to 3 ogres.
But the ones you have are pretty good.
The funny part is, he spent all his money on buying Noblars. And then ogre deaths. Ogre deaths. Oh, ogre deaths.
Oh, jeez. Well, what's an ogre? 110, 130, I think.
They're 130, I think. Yeah. I mean, you're a human team, you should know.
I don't... But I don't go through ogres like candy.
Yeah. Okay, these
So-
guys have been dead for a while.
I guess like the only like benefit to playing these guys over like a Khemri team now is that your linemen have dodge and stuff.
Okay. I'm looking at BB2 League Manager because I can't see what was wrong with those ogres.
Mhm.
They didn't die.
Huh.
I mean, the others he has left are pretty nice. He has
Okay,
room
he
for
lost
a new
armor
piling
on
on
1. Oh, he lost armor on 3. That seems like the problem.
Would you keep an armor 8 ogre if it meant
I would
going
keep
down?
armor 8 ogres. Hell yeah, when you need them.
I mean, me too, because otherwise you're sitting at 3 ogres.
Mhm.
So does he just like hire like Big Bertha and Brick to like fill in the gap? Because
Yeah,
those
I'm pretty
aren't
sure he
bad sword
does.
players. They can win games, tie games.
But it's still just like all your ogres. You buy.
All your ogres. Oh man. Oh, I hope Spicosaurus got the break he wanted from his lizards.
Yep. So that's one we're going to talk about. And then... Let's see. I don't think I've talked about It's Always Shady in Sylvania that long ago. But he has a level up pending, and I don't want to cover level up pending things.
Why not?
Why not? Because
Why this bias?
it's just very annoying because I want to talk about how the team is currently, and I can't do that.
Instead of what the team could be.
Yeah.
I think
So
that should-
we're gonna skip them. I was gonna say Rough and Tumble Gang next, and they have the same problem. Oh, he lost Black Orcs recently.
Are there any agility teams we can cover? Because we haven't really done any of them.
Well,
Not
there
sure.
was only one in Div 4, and I've talked about them before. We have Amazons
We got 2 Dark Elf teams.
and Dark Elves, yeah. I have talked about the Rebellious Scions with the coach. And then Nightmare on Elf Street, I think I've talked about too, because they're pretty awesome too.
You
They
got
only
some
have
humans.
3 agility ups.
What about these Violent Delights?
These Violent Delights, I think, is perfect to cover. Because he was the early leader, and then now he's kind of dropped off.
Oh. Yeah, catching people on their downswing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
He has a tackle guard too. Weird level ups. Weird level ups.
Yeah. I mean, it's good at basing things.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily blocking them, but it's good at basing.
But yeah, he's 5-0-6. I'm gonna make sure none of these are like concede wins. These are all played, you know?
Mhm.
Fivers 2-1. Yep, that's played. So he's there. He's just losing a lot.
Well, he's middle of the road. He's not losing a lot.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure he
He's
went
like-
from win to loss.
Oh, like as the streak?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's in a bad place.
I wonder if it's bad luck or has just been like a change in the strategy that he hasn't like noticed yet.
Well, I
He's
think he
doing
got
well.
elfed on before, on a 3-0 against him before. He
Oof,
went
that's
2-1
a more
against
like-
some nice kill Necro.
Oh.
Lost against more elves the week prior to both of those. Then lost again to Necro. So he had Necro, Dark Elf, Necro.
Mm.
Before
Past
that,
teams,
he
kinda.
won against some orcs. And then won against some ogres. And then lost
Well, the
against
ogre should be
lizards.
obvious.
Yeah.
The orcs have tackle.
The orcs have some tackle. They're just... It's not a well-built orc team.
Yeah. How'd they lose against like the big Mighty Blow Claw Chaos? I guess they just got a lot of powers or something.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a win against them. Unless it's
Really?
backwards on the... Yeah, they won. Violent Delights won. They don't
Oh.
have much in kill skills against those. But yeah, they just lost everything that wasn't lizards. Sorry, that wasn't their stunty or orcs. Basically anyone who didn't have enough tackle with them.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, it'd be fun to talk about Don't Call Me Billy at least.
Yeah. That's a very nice catcher. So, we'll talk about this team. I think one of the main problems is that it got bloaty as an Amazon team.
Well, I mean, that's not really that much of a problem in this kind of format because, like, you're still gonna face the same teams, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's not like ladder where, like, uh-oh, I ran into a chaos team that has tackle and everything, and or, oh, I found 1900 dwarves. Like, here, you're gonna fight 1900 dwarves either way, you just need to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of bloaty players isn't that big of a deal. I'm more worried about the
Exactly.
inducements going to go up than the opposition.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I want you guys to look at the high fivers real quick.
High fiver.
Yeah, I
Isn't that
didn't
your
see
team?
this happen. No, high fivers is not my team. It's a nice Necro team
Oops.
though. A really nice one.
Uber the Noober is.
Yep.
I think that's
Kellogg's.
from- Is this the college team he had?
I think so.
No,
But,
he had a human team in college, I think.
I
that
had a human
played in.
team in college that you played.
We'll see if they get in or not.
Shit.
That was at like 5 in the morning, remember?
I remember.
Oh man, Rumblebee, eat your heart out.
I know, right? He has 2 palm werewolves, and one's agility 4. The other one has tackle.
Jeez.
And they both got dodge.
Well,
Someone
at
say
least they don't have a
lightning
strength up yet.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that 2 palm is enough, because if one dies, he has another. And then he
Yeah,
has 4
totally.
guards to boot. 5 guards, sorry. All with block.
Yeah. And he can put the flesh golems in front of the werewolves when they palm, so it's like, alright, if you don't roll, knock me over, you're not found nothing.
So I think this is probably one of the best Necro teams out there.
This
In
is definitely-
efficiency-wise. For
No, this
stats
is-
to doubles.
This is the scariest team I've looked at all day.
Yep. I would still think that Necronomics still looks better, because it might be the coach that's probably scarier, in my opinion, but I mean, there's something about Necronomics team that's scarier.
Yeah, the coach is amazing, and his team is amazing, and that is a awesome combo to have if you are said coach.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go back. We're not going to talk about the high fivers. I just wanted to point them out.
Tease.
Yeah.
Tease.
Do we need
And
to?
then, if you
Still
want to
is
see the
6
best
high.
source in your life, you can go to Kentaker's Quotations.
Got one.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, I've dealt with some pretty cool source in my time.
Like, it's like 130 source, except he has them right now, and he probably got them a lot faster.
I think
mean-
you're talking about Vagnosaurus, if I had to guess.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Vagnosaurus, yeah,
very
that's a buy from Spicosaurus's team.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
all his source ended with the Saurus.
Ah.
I have
So
played them
Angry
like 4 times.
Ankylosaurus? Would you know if that's a buy from the market?
No, that's not it.
Okay.
No,
Okay, there's only one, and that's a very big pickup there.
that is a big pickup. I
But
recognize
Beardhead is his
Vagnosaurus.
own,
'cause
and he
he
literally
was
developed all
always
this
well.
season. He was always relevant. I can believe it.
Yeah, because he's got break tackle, he's got all that good stuff. And whenever like the main Saurus, Spicosaurus went down, Vagnosaurus was there like, all right, I still have Mighty Blow. I'm still beating the crap out of your guys. Here I come. And him and Spicosaurus were the main stars of that team, I would say.
Huh.
Yep, I was actually referring someone to the lizard market because they had like
Really?
a crap Crocs and a crappy Saurus that wasn't developing for their first season. And the main reason I did it was because I didn't want to have penalized for big bank going into that match. So I'm like, you should hoard your money too. We'll go net neutral on it. So we're both going to be playing the market now.
Cool. I mean,
Okay.
that's one of the cool things about being in a low division with a lot of money, with all the like the bye weeks and all that stupid. Get all this money and get these big stars from like the older retired teams. You know?
Right.
I mean, you watched me just literally sell out on all the Chaos stock.
Yeah. He's like, hey, my guys are still alive and they're for sale. Like, I'm pretty sure a good half of your team went up for sale.
Literally half my team.
The rest of it was dead.
I had 3 Beastmen and then 2 Warriors go up.
Now, one question about the market.
Yeah.
There's good pieces you can have good pieces with like one skill up, like a flesh golem with block, or a flesh golem with guard, or like just a Saurus with block or guard, or like
Saurus has
Amazon-
2 skills because they have a lot. They're oversaturated.
Oh, they have a lot of Saurus.
Yeah. Turns out when you get 6 Saurus and they don't generally all that much die, you get a lot of market put in.
It turns out when you're a lizard coach and you get the high TV with all the necro and stuff, you don't want to be a lizard coach.
Yeah. Just reroll, drop 4 Saurus in. Oh, look. That makes teams.
You start buying your old players after rerolling back into lizards. Like, all right.
That's
Back
what
to beat
happened
up
in
the-
the human market.
Now,
Literally just
I also have a
rebuy.
question.
Yeah.
Do they balance the teams before or after, like per division, before or after you buy your trade players?
After. Because they all do it right as you're getting tickets. So you usually have the guy in there before you do that. Because it's right before season starts that you're putting in those market players.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah. You don't just get like debated with this low TV lizard team going up to like high TV because they have the best Saurus or something. Or you just see them stay the same TV at like 1700 where it's not too scary, but then you realize they just picked up a lot of scary stuff. Regardless.
Glad they have the foresight for that.
Yeah. It's factored in. Anyway, I think it's time to start talking about teams.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a shame we weren't recording any of that.
Oh, I did record all of it, but I'm going to edit it out, so it's okay.
All right.
Well, I'm on schedule. Good to go when you guys are.
Yep. And 3, and 2, and 1. Welcome to Division 5, guys. Now we're going to be talking about how you 5 guys are doing. And first thing I want to say is, you guys are awesome for playing your matches fast. It's good to see this, because then you can have an early roll if someone has real life issues. It's a good job.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying, Division 5 is doing good. Doing good. And first on our list is the Liztechers versus the Rebellious Scions. And that's going to be Lizards versus Elves. And this is a bit of a like stand firm Saurus team. They just like standing in the way. And the Elves just got to elf around them because they don't have a lot of tackle or too much utility. Because a lot of the bloat on the Liztech is their skinks. But it seems like they're finding hits all the same. But 65 blocks and only 6 KOs as your removals. Sounds rough.
Yeah.
Well, the Dark Elves did get a respectable 32 with 1-1. So the attrition game wasn't really going into too much of an effect, I would guess. I'll
Oh,
check some of these wake-ups real quick.
look, they got like 3
Yeah.
armor breaks.
They got some elves back. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's just elves elving the lizards. It's never a good matchup for him.
No.
Yeah,
I
it
believe
looks,
he does have strip ball on the Rebellious Scions, so I can see that coming into play.
Did he
Looks
have
like-
any like leap or agility 5 for the match?
I think he has an Agility 5 Witch with Wrestle. That's niggled. Go check.
pair of any skin.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Man, I'm bad at finding my own coaches here. Oh, there he is. Velociraptor. Yeah, he has an Agility 5 Wrestle, which doesn't have any Leap yet, but he does have a Strength 4. Lodge Blitzer.
Oof.
I don't see any Strip Ball either, so I lied there. But good win regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on, we're going to have Organized Crime versus the Flyboys. And it's a 2-0 win for the Flyboys, which our human team versus our ogre team. And I'm pretty sure the humans just actually got to beat up ogres. There's not many ogres left on the team, as we'll see here in a second. And it's really showing. And that's where we're going to see a lot more of these star player MVPs. Because, you know, they're earning their cash here. And then nice MVP on the human side. 2 breaks for Organized Crime and 12 blocks overall.
Look at the SPP game.
Oh, I would be so mad.
Yeah, if I was
This
the ogres,
match-
like the only MVP, the only SPP you got was from the MVP, and then went to the star player, who you probably bought for what, like 60K. Did the ogres have enough of a stadium?
I would assume so at this point. If not, then no, he bought it for 60K.
Jeez.
Because they're on the left side, so if they had enough health, there would be here. But 12 blocks. 12 blocks. Ogres are supposed to get more than 12 blocks, and then only 2 breaks for no removal. I'm sorry, but that's rough.
Sounds like well, they have what, like 3 ogres, right? So like that's 4 blocks for like each of them, not counting any miracle like Nobbler blocks you make with like all of them bunched together. And like then you got to count in the boneheads and like phalange GFIs to get to people because humans are so fast.
Yeah, it's just it's not a fun time to see.
He had a standard rate of boneheads. It looks like 31 and 6.
That means
Totally
he was
enough
just
to-
running up a lot. He never really got to hit too much because then humans would get away. I would assume.
Yeah, maybe.
Ugh.
Actually,
Poor respect source.
interestingly enough, the Flyboys had 2 bonehead failures with just the 1 ogre. Meanwhile, Organized Crime had 6 with 3 ogres. So per ogre basis,
Yeah.
it's like pretty even.
Yeah, everyone had 2 boneheads. It turns out. But Flyboys aren't too high of a TV team, so I don't think Organized Crime got way too many inducements on them.
No.
Looks like they got
rerolls
Bomber,
are
though.
half your TV and ogres, so it's not a bueno time.
No.
Next is the High Fivers versus these Violent Delights, which kill wolves, incidentally still kill Amazons. All that dodge don't mean nothing when you have a tackle palm wolf.
It's true.
Yep. Nothing
And
you can
that's
do.
how you got a block guard zombie. That sounds like fun times. But if you
Like-
look at the statistics here, 3 removals for the Zons, 9 removals for the High Fivers,
Holy smokes.
off 7 more blocks. It's just, this is where people say palm wolves are dumb.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if like the Palm Wolf team just got thrown up a couple extra divisions so that people could deal with it.
I'm just saying, Cough Division 1 should deal with this cough now.
I mean, we did a pretty good job with Rod.
Yep. Rod didn't even deserve up there. I'm not going to lie. He's a cool player, but that team was not ready for it. Okay. Anyway, besides throwing shade at poor Rumblebee, you know, let's move on. Into the... Ah, jeez, I'm already having trouble. Cantankerous Cretaceans versus Fear and Bloating, which is a 1-2. And Fear and Bloating has been our Nurgle leaders, snagging another Nurgle MVP and getting guard with it. So he must have got the MVP after gaining the level, which always kind of sucks, but I mean, you're still going to be happy because it's a warrior.
Oh, yeah.
But it seemed like the breaks were honestly even, and it was a very, very even match. Except for that, the Cantankerous Cretaceans got 6 injuries and 2 kills. 2 things died, you know. And I'm just going to look at the regen rate.
Yeah, look at the regen.
And that is 2-0. So 2 for 0. So everything that could regen did regen. So it sounds like Rodders died.
Oh.
By Rodders.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If a Rodder dies twice, does that count as 2 deaths?
No, I think it's only one.
Ooh.
It's just like how MNG can't count twice.
Good point.
But yeah. It was still 8 removals to 8 removals, so it was pretty spot on. And with 2 regens coming back, that's pretty much like 6 actual removals for the Lizards. So what did you want to say about that, Phil?
Cantankerous the
Rotations.
the lizard team
Yeah.
only had the ball 6% of the game. It looks like.
Yeah, it's very low. He kind of got it, then didn't. And it sounds like just he did a 2-turn score. Probably because Fear and Bloating had offensive, and then he got like a couple turns to score. He did it, and then couldn't make it on his own half.
It does say he has 48 yards running, which that's an awful lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like doubled per square.
Oh, I see. So he
So-
would have made a 24. That's about
12,
end zone to end zone.
12 each round, yeah.
Okay.
So he went fast and furious, but he got the ball for a bit.
Yeah.
Also, it counts times he didn't end the turn with the ball, because he could
I
have got
see.
smacked, and then it doesn't count as a turn ended with the ball.
Right.
But yeah, 2-1 win, very good for Fear and Bloating. I believe they don't actually have a Nurgle, Beast of Nurgle, which is pretty different, because usually that's what you would get.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pop in on their team and check what died. I'm pretty sure it's Rotters, because there was no regen for it.
That's an easy way to tell.
Yeah, but I still want to check. It could be good Rotters. I don't remember. Nope, his Rotters are crap, so no positionals really hurt. So yeah, it was Rotters.
Yep.
So next up is Corn's Glory getting a nice little bye week team. So they get a little bit SPP and some Monet,
Cool.
and he'll move on from there.
More
Next
SGP
is,
for the kill team.
yeah, I mean, they do kill team right, though. Let's not lie here.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't take block, except Cough 1 now, Cough. Should have been pass block or something. Me must more. But, yeah, I think you can deserve a bye week every once in a while. Next up, Always Shady in Sylvania versus the Ruffle and Tulwin game. In 2-0 with Necro that have Juggernaut instead of Pylon on their wolves. And he takes the 2-0 win because, you know, he still has Claw Mighty Blow to hit with. That's how he got leveled up Blackwork that he still hasn't put a level on. The block game was in Ruffle and Tupple's ballpark. Same removals.
Even
if
armor
you-
breaks.
Yeah. Which is actually kind of fair because of the claw coming into play.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems like Rough and Tumble Gang couldn't make anything out of it. And they had the ball for a while. I just feel like they got shut down on their side. Or
Right.
shut down, stolen ball, scored, and then scored on his drive after stalling a bit. And
It
it's
looks
just-
like they
Sorry,
looks
go
like a lot of their occupation was going to be on Rough and Tumble's half. Much more than their own, anyways.
Yeah, indeed. Which, it's a bit of a hard time for the Rough and Tumble Gang. Also, they had 2 fresh Blackworks, definitely not helping. So, hard times there.
Yeah.
Next up is going to be Nightmare on Elf Street versus the Cogs of War 4. And I do know why. It's the 4th version of the Cogs of War. It's because he has 3 spin teams of these dwarves. So he
Holy
was
smokes.
very, very prepared to put these guys in. Ornan, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, good. Thought I lost you. Anyway, we have Nightmare on Elf Street versus the Cogs of War 4. This literally just got played, and I'm going to put in a clip here. if that worked, it would have been probably a bit better than Nightmare on Elm Street's terms. But it
Probably.
happened.
Just probably. That's like
Yeah.
that's like football pinball, like going between the players, and like this ends up where it began, right at the witch. That's hilarious.
So that was a nice clip of them doing stuff. Good stuff. As for statistics, as you can see, it's pretty nice, you know. The elves got 25 blocks and literally did nothing with them besides 2 armor breaks. The dwarves got 50 blocks and got 18 armor breaks, probably including a foul or 2, and 9 removals. So, the elves did elves things, the dwarves did dwarf things. I do know that Nightmare on Elm Street did give them some hell, and things happened. It's good times. I want to also point out there's 2 expulsions in this match, 1 on each side. So there was some fouling.
Mm-hmm. Good, hearty, friendly gameplay.
Indeed.
You assume dwarfs won the toss, maybe?
I'm pretty sure elves got to get defense first. I'm not exactly sure though, because I only checked out the one play that happened in front of me.
Right.
So I could be lying out my ass. Yeah. So I'm not going to comment on it after everything's said and done. But yeah, good win for the dwarves. Not too unexpected because dwarves are usually favored in elf matchups where they're like, yeah, I got all this tackle, and you have all that dodge that's useless now. Let's dance. Poor guys. But it's still not all lost. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to wrap up for week 11. Let's go on to 12 and make some predictions.
All right.
Cool.
So, it's always... Jeez, I can't even say it now. It's always Shady and Sylvania versus Liz Tekkas. Necro versus Lizards. I'm guessing some Necro, even though they have Juggernaut instead of Palm, you know. That's my bit of flair I say every time. But I think that's going to be a 2-1. 2-1.
2-1 in which way? Necro?
Yeah, Necro. And the Liz Tekkas aren't very high on source development. They have a lot of stand firm, which Juggernaut's actually going to go through. So it's going to even be weirder.
Looking at the matchup, it's probably in the Necro's favor. Just checking out their skills and everything just to make sure. Yeah, I would probably put money on the Necro. Because, one, there's a decent chance the Lizards are going to play scared because they finally got all these nice developed Saurus. They got a level or 2 on all of them. Then they run into a Claw team, and it's like, oh, alright, what I'm going to lose.
Yeah. Oh, looks like I got to give up my heart. Okay, here you go.
Goodbye, heart.
I'm going to call it a tie.
Okay.
I see that Always Shady only has the 1 Tackle Wolf. I think if Lizards can get a lucky break and get a early removal one way or the other, we could really see the Skinks running the game. So I think it's I'd call it a tie.
Okay. You're calling it 1-1, I'm guessing?
Yeah. 1-1, 0-0. Probably 1-1.
I'd say that's a fair bet.
Yep. It works for me.
It would be a rare time for Always Shady and Sylvania because they only have 2 draws to their career.
Huh.
To their career. Oh, man.
To their
I didn't
career.
actually see that. And then they're
Especially
doing
in the
pretty well on the leaderboard. Which the funny part is, these 2 draws are from this season only.
Wow.
So, pretty
How
big
do they feel
stuff there.
about
Probably normal. That's still pretty low.
that? Yeah.
It's lots of wins. So, 1-1 draw from Phil. I still think it's 2-1 to Shady and Sylvania because Juggernaut does cancel stand firm.
Mm.
Okay.
And what do you think, Ornan?
Alright, well, one thing is they're kind of lacking in guard to be taking on Saurus, so it depends on whether the Saurus are gonna, like, bunch up or they're gonna try to cover as much ground as possible, because they could use the fact that, like, the tackle is only on, like, the really nice wolves and all, so, like, alright, you go after my skinks, you gotta go deep for it, and then they go and attack the wolves, and there's all that, so I'm probably gonna actually give it to the Saurus. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to the Saurus 2-1.
2-1 to Liz Tekka's. Okay. I like it. That's a very big differing opinion from everyone.
Yeah. That way, at least
Well,
someone's gonna be right.
Yeah, someone's right. Turns out it's just a like a 3-1. Who would have predicted this? You know.
Getting ready for our playoff tips.
Gotta get that TD differential, guys. Next is Corn's Glory versus Nightmare on Elf Street, which I'm going to say this is probably handily a 3-0 in the Elves' favor, even with a few tackle from Corn's Glory. And I only say 3-0 because there's 3 different Agility 5 Elves that are just running around. They all have Blodge and extra skills, and it's spooky.
Yeah.
This will probably be the game that's a testament to Blodge versus kill skills. Anyways, I'd agree on the elves taking it. I don't think Corn's Glory will get enough removals for it to impact the game score wise.
Or if it's a removal, it's probably gonna be on like Lyman without skills.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're gonna have your nice old LOS removals and maybe a blitz removal here and there. But other than that, I can see the elves just constantly being like, all right, to your cage, in your cage, it's my ball, goodbye, see you later, next drive. And yeah, that.
Yeah.
3-0 sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
So, triple 3-0s. We're all so confident in these elves' ability to score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until someone fails a GFI and just dies on the ground.
Yeah.
Death floors happen, man. Death floors happen.
Death Floor eats up all the elves, and the Chaos end up winning due to no elves in the pitch. 3-0 in their favor.
Yeah, they just all die, you know? Who would have thought?
Oh gosh.
Who'd have thought?
Well, next up is the Cantaker's Cretaceans with the Disgusting Saurus, and the Cogs of War 4 with the Stacked Dwarves, with a Death Roller, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to call this one more dwarves. As much as I don't like
dwarves?
I don't like betting on dwarves most of the time because they sometimes are just too slow to capitalize. But these dwarves are killy enough. They can take down those developed Saurus a bit. But I could see them still losing. But I'm going to call it as a 2-1 to the dwarves.
I hear you. I really like the Dwarven team in this matchup. Like, they have diving tackle. The the Death Roller is actually pretty nice for this matchup because you can just throw in the middle of these non-break tackle Saurus. You eat up enough of them, then throw some guard around that, and they're not going nowhere. You just control. It's like the definition of control. Now, if the Lizards get offense, though, there's a pretty decent chance they pull off like a 2-turn score and just get rid of the Death Roller. Then it starts to go a little less in the Dwarves. They still have a good team to back up on them if that happens. So, yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 for the Dwarves.
Yeah. One thing to note is that it's not a bribe stadium this time. So it is going to be the Cretacean Stadium of the Magic Dome, I'm pretty sure.
I think Cogs have the Magic Dome, actually.
Do they?
I think so. It says they do anyways.
Oh, wow. I was wrong. I thought they would have a bribe stadium because they have a Death
Oh,
Roller.
looks like they both have Magic Dome, actually. Oh, no, sorry.
do.
Cantaker's has a Squig Sandwich kiosk.
Oh, he doesn't like rocks. Okay.
I don't like rocks either. I don't.
Well, I guess there's no rocks. No rocks is the matchup.
That's better for the Dwarves, I'd say.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, unless a Saurus got hit with a rock, then I could see that being more of a less of a dwarf problem, because if you lose like a Longbeard to a rock, it's not as bad. Even like a Troll Slayer isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably say 1-0 Dwarves. I think that Dwarves definitely have a potential to just beat up every player on Lizard's team one way or the other. They do. Lizards are underdog and do have a inducement advantage. If they take a wizard, they could easily mess up a drive for the dwarves. But probably dwarves will take it one way or the other.
Okay. That's a good way to put it. Next we have the High Fivers versus the Rough and Tumble Gang, which is 2 Palm Werewolves on High Fivers versus some beat up orcs with hardly any levels on their players anymore. Or sorry, black orcs I should say. I'm going to just call this the High Fivers because 2 Palm Werewolves. I can't see past this fact when they also have a bunch of guard to boot and they have like 5 extra, all with block, it's going to be a hard time for Saber.
Saber doesn't have any dirty player, does he?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
he does
Yeah.
have a player, Bosco lineman. I'm just looking at his team now. I think it could be a tie. I see that Rough and Tumble does have a lot of potential for scoring with the Agi 4 Blitzer, this developed thrower too. I think they have a fighting chance against High Fivers.
I'm gonna have to put it in favor of the Necro, not just because of like the removal ability, but the humans just have 11 people.
They're
The
orcs,
TV
though.
What?
They're orcs.
I thought you were talking about the Flyboys.
Oh no.
No, this is the Rough and Tumble gang with Purple
Alright,
Saber. See, now you're off on a different team again. It's every time.
Every time.
But yeah.
You have to forgive me, I'm not that familiar with these divisions.
If I was allowed to make a second bet, I'd probably put it on High Fivers though. But I can't do
just
that.
missed that there's actually a 6449 blitzer named Rex with dive and catch.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, maybe
That guy's
there's
scary.
something. He also did have a plus agility minus agility blitzer that got cycled recently.
Wait a minute.
So he's gone.
Can we
Now we got a
discuss?
new guy.
Can we discuss the fact that Rex took diving catch before he took the plus Agi?
Yeah, we know.
This isn't even the first time that happened.
This is a college team.
I've heard all kinds of orc shenanigans like this, where they take ridiculous skills and somehow end up on top.
It's fun.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm still calling that 2-0 for the High Fivers, just because I believe that removal game will just get on his nerves and take down like Black Orc, and then he doesn't have much of a team to rely on.
Yeah, I feel you.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. No other different takes on that?
Nope.
Okay.
I think I said my piece. Rex will get some scoring, and maybe it'll make it a tie.
Maybe. Then Organized Crime versus the bye-week team. I'm pretty sure the bye-week team's got this one. Those ogres have been on the downtrend, and the bye-week has got this.
It could easily be a tie. I'm just kidding. I think that this will probably be a good week for organized crime.
Indeed.
Fingers
They'll
crossed
actually
to get
extra
some
money.
Yeah, fingers crossed to get some good winnings.
Yeah.
Probably
They're
fine.
probably just going to use that in inducements next match, not even like buy anything with it.
Does
yeah,
he get?
I'm pretty sure he's scrapping the team.
Yeah.
That's a
He was
shame.
just talking about playing like Zons or some kind of humans or hybrids or something. Or maybe some Dark Elves. But he's definitely changing off just a one-season joke team.
It was a 2-season joke team.
3-season joke team. Well, it's not going to be a 3-season joke team.
Aw.
That's for sure. Then next we got the Rebellious Scions versus Fear and Bloating. I think this is going to be our match of the week right here, honestly. Because
Bloating.
these are some good Dark Elves versus some really good Nurgle.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's going to be a fun time. And without the Beast of Nurgle, maybe some more agility shenanigans can go on.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely hard to see a Nurgle team without a Beast of Nurgle. It feels like it's almost a assured thing that if you're ever going to play Nurgle, you take Beast of Nurgle. This will probably be the first team I've seen that hasn't taken it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
like my second, but there's something to it, because they're like, I want all the free things on my Nurgle Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Right.
also
Did it
get
die?
like fouling stuff. No,
Did
you
it
just took
die or never took it? Because I sometimes I see no Nurgle on like ladder team, no Beast of Nurgle on like ladder teams because you want to manage your TV a bit. But
You have-
here that doesn't matter so much. Like the having tentacles and like having quick access to guard and stand firm and all that, and it's just like it's a
I
much.
think he
much
just
better
likes being
role.
cheap. That's why he fears bloating. See, it's actually not and, it's an of.
Fear of bloating.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Well-
like it.
He is at a pretty decent TV for his pieces. He's able to get the 4 Pestigores, 4 Nurgles, a few Rotters.
Oh
For a
yeah, at
decent
Fear
price,
and
too.
Bloating for 1680, he actually stuffs in a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Just looking in there. Like, perfect
And he's-
carrier. And this is like you said, like every Pestigore, there's a perfect carrier in there.
So,
And then,
like, is there any good Nurgle pieces you want to pick up from the market for this guy? Because he's gonna have a lot of bank at the end of the season. Nothing does.
I think there's Spoony Bard's, Beast of Nurgle. But it's named like 11275 or something.
I feel like diseases.
Yeah. Exactly. So, it's actually like the medical call for something. But
Yeah.
no one ever knows what it is, so he got made fun of.
That's funny.
I mean, I'm all for numbered teams. Like, mine's full of them.
Yeah, but yours are at least simple numbers. No one could understand Spoonie's team.
Now we just need a binary coach.
oh, jeez.
But there's a problem. There's only 2 responses to that.
I think elves could probably outscore. It might be a scenario where they don't survive the match, but they still end up winning.
I'm gonna put it in favor of the Nurgle. I'm gonna say that they're gonna just stuff their Nurgle warriors into places the elves will want them to be in. They're gonna keep doing that. They're gonna keep their like safety Srafak, the wrestle tackle piece, in the back as a safety, and be like, hey, you're not going forward. And then eventually they're gonna fail Dawn, and elves are gonna die. So I'm gonna say it's gonna go 1-up in Nurgle's favor.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a couple tackle there. But I want to say this is going to be a... I'm going to go on a limb. Okay? I'm going to call this a 2-0 for Velociraptor. He
And
is
he's
going to take 2 scores with his elves right in front of Fear and Bloating and pull a huge upset.
Okay.
Because even with all that disturbing presence, it's not really going to be that big of a deal. And he's just going to go do stuff.
He does have, yeah, I could easily see him doing more of a running than a passing game. And he does have the sacking Witch Elf, which will probably be a nuisance to the Pestigore.
Very likely. I mean, he could dodge on the Nurgle so hard they go back on their no big guy policy and just buy up the Beast of Nurgle in the market.
Yeah.
Screw it, give me the numbers.
Yeah. Give me the numbers.
Numbers over elves.
Yeah. It's not a bad call. Then, for this last match, Flyboys versus Eve's Island Delights. Who are we thinking? Some
Zons
humans that
versus
did good in
humans.
college, or some Zons? And this coach has been in Rel 1 before.
This is a real boys versus girls match, isn't it?
Yeah,
Gosh.
it really is.
That was actually my first my first human games matches I played against Zons. That's funny
Really?
you mentioned. Yeah.
Was it a fresh team?
Yeah, we were both like 1K Zons and humans. And it's funny because they had Wonder in their name and I had Wonder in my name. I still think to this day it was a little rigged. Anyways, Zons look like they're developed in the right direction.
Really? Do tell.
Well, in a way, anyways.
Talking
Well,
about
I guess
the
not really
development.
developed, but they have the dodge, and the humans don't exactly bring a whole lot of tackle. And you don't really expect that from humans either way. But it'll be it might come down to luck on the 2 dice without all this tackle. I'm trying to see if their scoring potential. Jeez, I'd say Zons. Maybe just like 1 point up Zons. Call it
Humans
2-1.
are bringing in 5 guard, is the main difference here.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
the Zons do have the advantage when it comes to getting hit. They all have dodge, and there's only 1 tackle on the other team.
Most of them have Lodge, actually.
But they're not that annoying. Like the only like really annoying piece they have is Maev, the sidestep guard blitzer. And she doesn't even have stand firm, so she can't just sit on the ball carrier and be like, hey, you can't get rid of me. So like the
I think the
Amazons
main
don't
problem
really have any
is-
staying power.
That these Amazons, they don't have a lot of lineman development. I know you generally don't want that, but if he had a lot more wrestle, he would have a lot more reliability and not be able to get hit with both downs every time.
No,
Mhm.
with Zons, you want at least one level on like every player, so you can get that sweet blodge, and then
Mhm.
everything else is like tertiary. Except maybe on like your dirty player Amazon or something like that, or your wrestlers. But just fill out that blodge combo, and you're solid. And they are not there yet, so they're pretty vulnerable.
I guess I'll just say if humans can make knockdown or worthwhile knockdowns, they might be able to take it. Not a foul piece, not a single foul piece on the humans though. No dirty player lineman or anything like that.
Well, they don't have a roster to foul with. Like they don't have a bench, and
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
already getting pretty fat in TV. So I think as long as they can keep their mighty blow tackle guard blitzer a-okay, unbased and protected, they
Mhm.
can just win with the numbers advantage.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
I'm gonna say 2-1 in favor of the Flyboys.
I will say 2-1 Violent Delights.
Two
Um,
bark.
yeah, two bark or not two bark, but I believe this is a 2-2 tie here for Flyboys and these Violent Delights. They're both gonna get some scores, and then they're gonna like rush another one, and then they end up in a tie.
You think the Amazon's like more agility oriented build is going to help them sneak in those touchdowns?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna get them out of a tight squeeze with all that guard. So that's gonna be
Good.
his main problem. So once he gets that, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's gonna lead us to our teams to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's talk about
in
team.
which we are gonna talk about organized crime. Because if we want to talk about some ogres that are gonna be leaving us soon, and how they only have 3 ogres.
Ugh.
So I believe he got literally 3 minus armors in like these last few games. Or maybe not even these last few, but just he took a lot of minus armors on some ogres, and he fired every one of them. So now he's
Every one
playing
of
the
them.
huge inducement game.
I think you can hold on to a minus ogre for a bit anyways. Or a minus armor ogre.
Yeah, I'm inclined to
I think-
agree on that too. Just there was a point to keep him, and that's just to have your team.
Hmm.
Yeah, because at some point you just got to like grin and bear it because you only have 3 ogres. Where is your power game? Like all you have is Noblars now, and every ogre that like you can induce is gonna be like over like 200k. So you're not gonna get that much bang for your buck.
It's kind of the same game you have to play with the elves, where if they get like a niggle or something like that, and you don't have the cash, you just kind of have to grin and bear it, keep them on the field until you can replace them.
Yeah.
And he's at 1200 with the 12-man team, including all those Noblars. So he's only getting about 600 generally, at most,
That's
hmm
decent in
which
inducements.
can get you 2-star players usually. But it's not like it's huge to where you can get like Morg and Bertha.
Yeah. Good point.
So
So where's he gonna spend all those rerolls? Because he only has
Oh, shit.
he has more rerolls than he has ogres, and they're only gonna be so often.
yeah, honestly, 4 rerolls is good if he had 6 ogres.
If he had 6 ogres, but
And
that's
I mean
80k for freaking like.
70k.
If you take down a reroll, you can probably bring in Morg if you want.
Yeah, that's 70k off. That's a sizable difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's only priced 70k?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 70k per reroll on them.
Whoops. Okay. Thought it
Yeah,
would
it
be
says
like 40.
140k, but that's how you pay, and then it's halved because they get double the price after purchase.
Yes.
This is why I didn't make playoffs.
It's
I'm just kidding.
okay. I
It'll be
didn't
a
make
shame.
it either.
It'll be a shame to see this team go, though. Are there a lot of other ogre coaches
There's
you
some.
guys can think of? Yeah,
I can
guess
think
so.
of Rand Maximus. Like he has 3 block ogres and he's doing good. But
Yeah,
I'd
they're
like to see
solid.
these guys go on the market for ogres because
Oh, yeah.
we might as well just get an ogre market.
Is there a... Well, yes, but is there a big buying area for ogres, do you think?
Well, you do have the cult of Yob running around. They can always use a replacement ogre to protect their lord and master.
Yeah.
Um,
Cult of Yob. I like it.
Praise Yob.
I could see probably Left Foot and maybe Dawn going on the market.
I could honestly see them all going on, because Movement 6 Ogre is also really nice, because everyone's
Ugh.
Movement 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a point.
It's not the greatest Ogre in the world. I get it. But I mean, he can become a break tackle Ogre soon, and then do a thing.
Yeah.
It's above average, just saying nothing else. Like you could put all 3 of these ogres out there, and someone who just needs an ogre to run in and take hits can take the Don. Like
Mhm.
it's better than a rookie ogre if you're trying to develop something else. Because most
fair.
ogre teams by now have an ogre that they want to get up and develop, like to
Right.
legend if they can. Like they have their strength 6 block ogre, or they have their double movement agility 3 ogre, or they have like something crazy, like I don't know, AV10 ogre because you want a tree, you know. They want to develop that
A
because
tree
they're
with
in
plus
it
3
for the
movement.
jokes. It's an ogre team.
That's
Yep.
fair. Okay.
Or they need their Snotling to get to legend.
Mhm.
That's why you take your Apothecary. Which, you know what? You should just ditch an Apothecary and a reroll, go a full inducement game. That's what he needs to do.
I mean,
That's
it's not
minus
like the Apothecary.
120k.
It's not like the Appo's been doing work.
It'll be a fun time. Let's leave him on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
my favorite team we've covered today.
And then we're going to These Violent Delights,
Okay.
They sure are.
in which we did look at a little bit on my end, but we now get to talk about them. In which they like to pass. I don't know if you noticed that. But they have built a passing Zon team. And,
They have their
I mean,
developed throwers. Yeah.
yeah, they got strong arm and accurate, and a plus agility and accurate one. Which I just find is hilarious, because they're basically the same thing, except the agility is just straight up better.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
But the pass is the same. Most of the time. Asterisk.
Now, I'm curious. Why would you go strong arm? Do we know which one was built first?
Strong arm was, I'm pretty sure.
Strong arm built first, so you should probably toss a strong arm and like I don't know, get like a sure hands thrower maybe for like picking up in tackle zones, or
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
the double could have been something a lot better than strong arm, but that's after the fact with agility, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, still, the strong arm could have been like a guard, because I know Zon's like extra guards. But
Yeah.
he just wanted to pass, and I know that strong arm took him literally forever to develop. And then once it did get to accurate, it was much faster road.
Yeah, I mean I understand that, but at this point that's like 70k of skills you probably won't be using. All right, you can use the block, sure, but that's 50k. That's a babe, and babes are pretty good for Amazons because they tend to get KO'd quite a bit.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yeah, they need their sleep.
Wait, were you talking about the rerolls just now? Because I noticed that they had 4 rerolls.
Yes, they do. Because
Okay.
for Zons, they are very, very cheap. They're 50k a piece, so you can stock up on as many as you want, and you'll be fine. Kind of like L. But the rerolls are primarily used for like GFIs or like
Mhm.
rerolling blocks
Blocks
that
and
don't go
such.
your way, or like double skulls, or like getting out of tackles. Like if you have a lot of rerolls, you can afford to dodge out from dwarves just a little bit more. You actually
Yeah.
have a bit of a chance.
I guess you're right.
Whereas, yeah, so like you'll see like a low reroll Amazon team like specialize against tackleless teams, and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm gonna pull in like a wizard every game because we're such low TV." Or
Mhm.
they'll be like, "All right, we're gonna have some dwarves in this division, so let's gather up some rerolls and grit our teeth."
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then we can all agree that Don't Call Me Billy is the star of the show, right? Just
For sure.
bludge, Agi4 catcher, and then you already have your throwers that are going to pass to it? Sounds like a deal to me.
She's a touchdown away from her next level up. I think it'll be interesting to see what the next role is.
It's
Probably
actually probably sidestep.
Okay.
If they're planning on making a serious passing game, they're probably gonna with like the
Nerve
skills that they
steal.
have.
Oh wait, no, they don't have passing access.
That's a double.
Yeah.
I might go diving catch because you're gonna get some inaccurate passes, so that would help. Otherwise you probably
Or if
want
you get
some-
based once, it's still 2+.
and you're gonna get based all the time because this team has almost no control compared to the other teams in this division. Like, yeah, you have 3 guard and they're a little hard to knock down, but just not enough.
Yeah, it doesn't have all the guard spam that it should. It should have about 4 guard just on every blitzer, and then like your extras, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't. Just doesn't.
I'm more partial to like going Mighty Blow first on all the blitzers because they tend to stick around for a bit, and then you pick up guard on all of them.
Right.
Good for like the I'm gonna base you and you're not gonna do anything about it strategy.
It's a good point. Anything else you want to wrap up on this team?
Other than the extra thrower, blitzers, I think this team could probably stand to have some dirty player on the team. Like against
yeah.
Armor 9, they don't have a lot of tools to deal with that. And a
They
lot
gotta-
of the Armor 9 teams are gonna be like, hey, I want tackle and I want it now, or like I already have tackle, so deal with it. So a good
Yeah.
way of like dealing with, hey, I have tackle, I'm gonna sit in your face, is like, don't sit in my face, I'm gonna push you over here and step on you, and now you have a dead one.
Yeah, and she definitely has, or the coach definitely has enough bench to get a dirty player piece for sure.
For sure.
Okay. Some good thoughts. Anything you want to end on, Phil? Or are we good here?
Plus, Agi is a good stat up. Can't complain.
Yep. Not enough stats, right?
Nah,
Not enough stats.
yeah, there could be more stat ups, but it's dice. What are you gonna do?
Okay. I'm going to take a quick look at the leaderboard, where Fear and Bloating and the High Fivers are tied for first at 8-2-1. They have played their game. Then Our Name is Legion took a loss recently enough and is now 7-2-2 and is out of the playoff run, if I remember correctly, because I think there's 2 spots here.
Yeah.
Then I think Rel 4 has 3, and I forgot to check, because I don't ever check. But, good luck on your playoff runs, guys. Like, a lot of you are really close. I could see pretty much 5th place up is our most likely contenders for trying to get that last spot.
For sure.
But realistically, it's probably... I want to say 4th place can still sneak it in, but it's probably the top 3 are just fighting for who gets it.
Yeah.
Depends on how much they want it. Like, are you going to use your Epo on that badly hurt, or are you going to keep him out of the game, play him safe for next season?
I mean, they all literally can't choose. They don't have Appos.
No. They're all blue.
They're all regen teams.
Damn it.
So, good analogy. Bad timing.
Bad time.
Okay.
Rebellious Science, hurry up and get up there, so I'm right.
Yep. Need you there, Velociraptor. Anyway, I think that wraps it up here.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching. This has been our Div 4 and 5 recap. And this has been Ornan and Phil.
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.